So welcome back. Here we are again. Got the old workbench clean, and that can only mean one thing: new project. We've actually spent two good half days already. I mean, we spent until 11 o'clock last night trying to reassemble the engine. So this is Reed's sled. It's not an EFI, and here's the 500 triple. So what we've got, I can't open the hood. Well, I could take a peep inside. It doesn't have the drawstring or whatever it's called, the hood hinge limiter. So I power washed it inside and out. I think we're going to pull the carbs and clean them, but for the rest of the stuff on here, it should be fine. There's a lot of crap in the bottom here. I thought maybe if it dries out, I could wet dry vac it. We're going to grease the chassis before we put the motor in. The plastic tanks are looking like so, I'm wondering, okay, so we've got here's the ignition trigger, and then here's the little metal chunk on the flywheel here, and then probably there's one down here. So basically just fire all the coils 3 times per revolution. These are sequential coils, so here's the power and the ground. So it comes in here orange, comes out ground to hot, to ground to hot to ground, and then the brown one is a ground, chassis ground, and then it goes to the main ground. So basically I've been told if one goes out, they're all done. So last night we were messing around. This is a high flow recasting. It's not been ported. It'd be kind of fun to do some port work on it, but this was supposed to be a quick engine job. Me doing a favor for someone in turn for a favor. So this was a lightly used recasting, so we didn't have to drill or anything. We didn't have to hone or anything. This has all already been honed. It's been together once and then disassembled for some reason. We don't know why. I wasn't told. But what we're going to do, these are the pistons that were in this engine block from before. It looks like somebody rethreaded some things. There's a Healy coil, and here's a Healy coil. It's supposed to be a D&D casting with D&D pistons, so I don't know. This piston here had a ring that didn't go in. First we put the pistons on, we tried to set the head down on, we tried to use a hose clamp to hold the rings and then put the head down on. None of those things worked, so I shoved the pistons into the head and tried to lower it down on with my friend Christopher came over to help. And we turned one of these rings into spaghetti. It expanded, then got all bent. However, Reed did have some extra rings, so Parts Unlimited rings. I used 2 of the Parts Unlimiteds on the D&D piston. I still have the D&D rings. I actually straightened them out again. That might sound a little crazy, but with a little massaging around, the ring seems happy again. It didn't break, so maybe I'm nuts. I don't know really. But I'd rather have the D&D rings back on this piston rather than the modified Parts Unlimited ones. Basically, the Parts Unlimited were too long. I've done that once before. They were about that much too long. So, well, maybe not, but it was a lot. They literally overlapped. But I got them to fit. I did that once with a Polaris 550 fanner, and it did not work out well. The motor never made compression and never ran. So I'm going to pull all this apart again and fix this piston. Put the right rings back on, and I think I'll try and reassemble it all by myself. Probably, I might be able to lay the engine on the side and kind of move the head toward the piston. Anyway, I watched a bunch of YouTube videos on it now that I've done it once myself, and no one has an easy time, so I don't expect to either. But we're going to get this moved on the bench and get to work, and then we'll come back for more info later. Phone's almost dying. Anyway, guys, so I really want to get this done. I've got a lot of other stuff to do, including getting this truck fixed, and we are on the very verge of bringing the 4Runner home. I called the people. They've still got it, and they're ready to see it go. So we'll have a differential rebuilding video once that comes around. All right, so sorry for the long intro. Here's the used piston with a decent used rings on it. You can see it's been started, and we scuffed it up a bunch trying to jam the rings in. So I forgot to mention I used some aluminum tire and wheel cleaner for this and the power washer. That's how I got it as clean as it is. So yeah, that's basically my secret sauce for cleaning engines, is just power wash them. I forget who it was said nature's what would you say, solvent. So basically almost anything dissolves in water given enough time. So given enough time, heat, or pressure, right? Physics 101. So I got both end pistons are still in. I was able to lift the cylinder head up and just sneak the middle one out. So I'm gonna have to I want to try and do it again. So I've got this big wood block here. I don't know where the camera's at. This big wood block. And then I'm going to tip the engine over on the engine cradle and basically just tip it over onto the block. And then I can lift the cylinder head up like this. Oh, one of them popped out. Oh, and we're all the way out. All right, well, that didn't work quite as hot as I was hoping. But I thought I'd like to be the first guy on YouTube to actually show the actual install. So okay, I got interrupted. Well, I'm back with a vengeance and a hammer. Okay, we're clear of the wrist pin, so there we go. So now we got the cylinder head. Okay, here we go. So one of these has got a slight bend in it, and I'm gonna put the lettering up. Both sides of the rings are chamfered, so normally on a 4-stroke you might have one chamfered side and one unchamfered side, and then the rings will have a dot or a tattoo or something to show which direction is up. So I'm going to put the bent ring at the bottom. Here we go. We gotta, oh, I never went to shop class. I can't say shop class 101, but I went to grade 8 with about 30 other students. in parochial school. Okay, lettering on top. Man, I'm impressed at my own work. I can't even tell which ones were the ones I modified. Not even technically modified. They were already for this bore size, but they were really big for some reason. So I had to really trim them down. Actually had to move the notch. So I don't know. I'm not aware that that's the correct way to go about it either. Having to move the actual notch for the pin, because I may not have mentioned these rings are centered on a little dowel pin. It's hard to tell. There's something about this ring groove that's not quite 100%. Yeah, and it's probably not too kosher to just be digging in there with your old utility farmer hay bale opening knife. Okay, I see some shavings. We're going to give the thing a shot of the old, I don't know, compressed air. Yeah, this is the process. Just fiddling around, basically, is what it is. Here, I got a Dremel. All right, my friends, we have successfully made it this far. And I think what I'll do is, these cavities in the corner are pretty dirty from all the, what did I say, 6 hours or so of just messing around to try and get this in. I'm going to give these holes here a squirt of fresh oil. Oil from the top end. I'm going to liberally coat the cylinders in oil. I want them to be as well oiled as they can. Okay, I'm going to tip this. Let me see something. This is actually on wrong. That's right. I'm gonna move you up here so you can really get a good idea what I'm doing. There we go. So basically with the wood block, and slide that over closer. I can get a couple rods started, and the cool thing is there's nothing here that's trying to fight me. There we go. Sometimes the cylinder head will get just a little bit twisted, or the piston will be just a little bit rotated in the old bore. So part of the challenge is just keeping the engine from rotating and pulling a piston out of the head or the jug. It would be a bit easier with somebody's hand steadying the cylinder block. Okay, I can feel I'm in this wrist pin now. There it is. Slipped right in. Okay. Now, my friends, comes the really hard part. That's going to be the snap ring part. Alrighty, I deleted a bunch of stuff off my phone. I'm going to have to go get my nails done here. I just clipped these things, and these piston rings are pretty rough, pretty tough. So we're going to put a towel in here. Well, so I got everything in. I got all of the clips in except the middle one. So if you want to watch something painful, well, here's your treat, your punishment for being alive, or whatever reason you might have for punishing yourself by watching something painful. So unfortunately, I can't really jam the camera in there where I'm working, but I can show you the process. Here it is. So here's one of the guys. Got squeezed a little too hard. And then we want to put the... So I took my... Here we go. I filed a notch in each jaw, and then we index the ring in the notch. And then I'm going to want to move toward the back of the... Yeah, I can't see anything through the camera either. So I want to index it in. Bias more toward the back of the ring. It'd be kind of nice if my little screwdriver had a notch in it, but it doesn't, so wow, this is so tight I almost can't see what I'm doing. So ideally, well, this is way too easy, really. We'll have to invent a punishment for our Christian guilt. So I got the ring 2/3 in. I've got one end still proud, so as the ancient Japanese proverb, the ring that sticks up gets nailed down. All right, my friends, that is in. So we're gonna fish this towel out of here, and that is really the engine build complete right there as of now. So here, I think I want my towel over here. Change of heart, change of mind. There we go. So I suppose I need to get in here with the camera. So I get my heel started. I get my heel started in the notch. So I'll grasp the ring in the center, kind of angle it down toward that end, take the screwdriver, push the ring down in off of the pliers. And I actually use the pliers to pop the lower part of the ring, kick that over into the notch, and then I actually use a screwdriver to pop the final bit up top. So that means everything is in. That was actually, it was not terribly frustrating, really. Just, it's a process, I mean. So before we get too proud of our doings here, I don't think this gasket needs any sealant. It's there's a lot of gasket there. I should be able to just tip this engine upright. Cylinder head drops down in place, and I'm hooking up the oil line. Second oil line going on. It's pretty cool I can already do all of this before we get the engine in there and make everything super duper difficult. Okay. I love these long reach. I don't like this plastic handle. The thing sucks. But these style pliers. Every guy's got to have these in his toolbox. And they're cheap enough you can put one in your truck, in your car, in your bug out box, whatever. Suit your strikes, your fancy. Alright, oil feed lines are hooked, and put some 2-stroke on top of the old cylinders. I really want this whole engine block to fill up. So we got all the arrows pointing over toward the charging side of the motor. Alright, that's good. We got some oil run out the exhaust ports. So now we got to find the base bolts. Actually, this is what they look like. I don't know the specific torque for these. I think you could get away with just an good old hand tighten. Give the bolts some 2-stroke oil since it's running out everywhere. Yeah, this motor looks really nice. I mean, you would be forgiven if you were to mistake it for a different engine block. A lot of it is the new cylinder head, or the new jug. Upper case, I don't know what it's actually called. Actually, I'm going to save this nut. We got to run over to the welding workbench where all the rest of our nuts and bolts and stuff are. Alright guys, I'm going to end the video here. I think you've seen what you need to see. I'm just going to reassemble everything. There's lots of YouTube videos showing that done. And maybe we'll do it in a time lapse. But gonna take a lot of time running back and forth to the other end of the shop for grabbing tools and parts. But that's basically it. There's 6-cylinder head, or 3-cylinder heads that go on top of here, and then the purple cover that covers everything. Basically, the purple cover is where the coolant flows through. So the head keeps the combustion in, and then the purple top allows a nice area of volume of coolant up top. And then I gotta tighten the base bolts, or jug base bolts, and I'll find the torque on the cylinder head bolts. And then we have a full window roasted gasket set for it. It's also over on the other bench. It's gonna take time running back and forth for that. There isn't any room on that bench where we could take this whole shebang over. Anyway guys, I'm gonna keep on working here. Maybe I can even put the exhaust manifold on. But I would be very pleased with myself if I were to have the engine in the chassis tonight. There we go, guys. Hey, this is the outro for the snowmobile build. You can see more projects in the background. It's Sunday. Happy Sabbath day, Sunday, or the day after Sabbath, however you celebrate it. Hope you enjoy your day. I'm going to try and get this out on Sunday. If not, you'll be seeing this on Monday, depending on my internet. So here it is. Here's a sled. I didn't ever fix the hood, or the hood restraint, so I can't. I do have the hood latches on. So one cool thing about these snowmobiles is they have a very good hood latch. So, oh yeah, we found the original oil cap inside the chassis. So I might be able to, nope, not going to be able to. Here, I'll just put my shoulder on here. Whoops. So, come on, man. I'm just having a hard time with everything. So there's a box of extra bits for Reed. We still didn't find the exhaust manifold, but I covered that up. Covered up the intakes. Reed had put those in, so he said, don't mess with the carbs. There's some secret thing in there that makes them run good, so. But anyway, he said they were working good, so that's the point. The springs and everything for the exhaust are in the box. There's the old cylinder head. That cylinder head had a lot of piston to wall clearance. This one here was from his stepdad. He ran it for something, and it's a very nice, should be good. Engine turns over nice. It's all bolted in. Oh, then we've got some other things, some pretty trick things that I've got done. So, Reed's grandpa's got a shop, and that shop's got some billet and a lathe. So, yeah, I want to get this thing closed. The aluminum sheeting inside is all smashed. So this snowmobile had terrible front suspension. Like I said in the video, we need to get the steering grease, the bottom of the steering column is really hard or impossible, I'm not sure, to access. So we greased that while we were out. And I made billet aluminum sliders for this suspension part because it was worn out. Aluminum will wear faster than the native steel because it's harder. And then in here, we made billet aluminum, whatever that's called, the support, because his were completely shot. And I'll insert a picture of those here. It should be pretty easy to do. So that's it. This project's done. He can take care of it from here on, and hopefully this thing will be mountain racing or hill climbing or some grass drags. So my friend Shane was at Grass Drags. His channel is called Henry22LR. So go check out Shane and his channel, Henry22LR. He got some grass drags there. Just put the video up. I haven't gotten to see it yet. So that's it, guys. I think that's all I had to say. Thanks for watching. As you see, this week's going to be a busy week. Ha! Ha! The camera didn't focus. You don't know what it is. You're going to have to come back and watch. You're going to have to come back and watch me fix this stuff. Anyway, it'll be fun. The Polaris, the very nice fancy Polaris project, he is away for the week, so we'll tackle that after that. That'll be pretty cool. It's a nice snowmobile like this. This is Reed's Franken sled. This is a 592 chassis. Looks like it's got the wrong seat because it's pink. That's why I think it's the wrong one. The hood is also pink, so it's probably a wrong hood. And the tank is supposed to be upholstered over, and it looks like somebody has folded it under and probably trimmed it to fit. You wouldn't really know that, or you wouldn't really notice that, knowing that the edge chassis, so it just kind of makes it look like an edge chassis depending what direction. The edges don't usually have black tunnels though. But one thing I noticed, the rear grab handle on these are a lot stouter than the edge chassis ones are. So you could possibly, if you rip your edge chassis handle off, use one of these. Because it's hard to transport them. I'll often end up towing them around by the back bar or the front ski or something. Anyway, guys, see ya. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Also, it's come to my attention that over 90% of the viewers on this channel are not subscribed. So if you guys could do us it's actually a pretty big favor and subscribe. That will help this channel grow and allow us to do more fun things. Your support means the world to us, and it's what keeps us going. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, comment. We'll try to get back to you. Thank you very, very much. See ya.